Where's this team at mentally as you guys prepare for the big tournament?
I think we're in a better place than we were about this time last year. I think last year we got real high with some wins early in the season. We kind of crashed towards the end. This year has been much more even. We've also been aware that this is when we want to be playing our best tennis here at the end of the year. So I think they're fired up. I think they're optimistic. We're happy to have it here at home again, hosting here at home. So I think they're ready to go. I think we're playing the best tennis of the year right now. So I think the girls are fired up.
What kind of pressure does being the host team add to the tournament?
I don't think it adds much pressure. I think it actually helps us. Not that we shy away from pressure in any way, but I just don't think it. I think it's an advantage more than anything else. These are our courts we practice on every day. We have a good record. Our matches here, so we've been focused all year on bringing the tournament here to host the first rounds, so we would have that advantage.
You've coached a lot of tournament teams, pretty much every team you've coached. How does this one stack up, you think, among your best?
Well, the quality of tennis is just getting more and more, it's getting higher level every year at this point. I think a team, every year that I've been here, these 5 years that I've been here, the teams have gotten better and better. Not just our team's gotten better and better, but the conference has gotten better and better. Now we're dealing with 11 of the top 25 teams coming out of the SEC. I always like to say that the number one team in the nation, Florida, a few weeks ago at the SEC tournament was number 3 seed in the tournament. So we got a very competitive conference, and the conference is getting better every year. But I'd say this is the best team we've had here. Stacks up against some of my other teams. It's hard to say, but I think we're probably deeper than any of the teams from previous schools. So all in all, this is probably the best team.
Obviously, NCAA tournament's all about taking it one round at a time. So what do you know about your first round opponent?
We played them earlier this year. They're very feisty, very competitive team, North Florida. We'll be ready for them. We did get the win earlier this year, and we can be confident about that going in, but it doesn't mean we're going to let up at all in terms of the effort that's going to be required. They're going to be swinging from the hip, nothing to lose. They're going to be going for it. They're a good team. So.
You've had a lot of experience, particularly professionally, coaching doubles. Can you just talk about you seem like you have some great doubles teams here, particularly Berg and Klein, or All-Americans last year. Is that something you put a lot of emphasis on when you came here?
Yeah, I mean, doubles has always been something that we focused on. It just so happens that this year, of all the years I've coached, this has probably been the year where we've lost the most doubles points. It's been tough. We haven't found the right combinations, had some issues with some execution, and when you play into 6 no-ad games, it can get away from you quickly, and you start losing a few, you start losing a little bit of confidence. So luckily we've done pretty well making up for that deficit in singles, and we've played very well in some singles matches. But towards the end of the year here, we beat Kentucky, which is one of the best doubles groups in the country. We had a match point to beat Vanderbilt. They're probably top 3, 4 doubles groups in the country. So now we feel like we're firing on all cylinders. But doubles is something we always emphasize and we're proud of here. And hopefully going to the NCAA tournament, we'll be peaking and we'll be bringing our best in terms of doubles.
Okay. Is this the first year for the no-ad rule?
No, we played no-ad last year as well. I mean, they're trying to shorten the format, make it a little bit more fan-friendly. Hopefully one day get some TV coverage for the sport. And the format is such that it's so long. If you think about deuce games, a deuce game can run for hours, theoretically. At least there's an end of the game always around the corner with no-ad scoring. So we've been getting used to it at this point, and it does make it a little bit more exciting, and certainly provides for more upsets.
Did y'all play that in World Team Tennis? No ad?
Oh gosh, now you're going back to 2000. I think we did. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think we did. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we
did.
Was
it a challenge to get the girls to adjust to that? Is that a tough challenge for when you've come up playing ad?
No, I mean it's just a different way of looking at it. Realize that you've got to try and play your best tennis on those deuce points. It takes 6 points to get the deuce and 1 to lose the game. So in 3 games, if you win 6-3, those 3 games all went to deuce to get out from 3-all to get to 6-3. There's 21 points, and the 3 most important ones were the deuce points. So you win those points, or you win 60%, 70% of them, you're in a good position to win a lot of matches.
Where do you feel like your team has an advantage? Which lines do you feel most about going into the tournament?
I think overall our advantage as a team is that we are a feisty team. We're a close team. We work really hard in practice, and so it's not hard to transition to matches and bring that sort of effort to matches. Another benefit that we have is we are in the SEC, so we see great teams every week. So we've played a lot of good competition. But I think our spirit, our competitive energy, our fight, our doubles, our willingness to work a little bit harder than our opponents is really something that we pride ourselves in. And it really depends, as far as individual lines, it really depends who we're playing week to week. I mean, people match up differently. I could say that a lot of our wins are coming low in the lineup, 4 through 6, at least on a consistent basis. And if you can win, all points are the same, whether it's at 1 or 6. So if you're winning 4 through 6, you're getting 3 points. You just got to find one more point. And that's not to say that they always win, but that's something that we've been fortunate enough to have occur day in and day out.
What was it about Berg and Klein that clicked? I guess they had the great year last year, and they seem like they have a lot of chemistry and they've had a lot of success. What is it about those two that allowed them to mesh so well?
Well, they're interesting. I mean, they're both from Northern California, and they've known each other their whole lives, so maybe that's something to do with it. But they're not a team that practices well together, and they're streaky. So sometimes they don't play real well. Other times they're playing great. When they're playing great, like when we play Kentucky, that team that they played at Kentucky a few weeks ago got to the finals of NCAAs last year, and I think they lost 5 points or something like that. They just crushed them. So when they're firing on all cylinders, they're very, very good. We just got to make sure that they're in their rhythm and they're making their first serves, hitting the returns, and crossing and putting the pressure on the opponent. Sometimes they get a little bit complacent, and they just got to realize that their strengths are in attacking. And I think when the two of them are in that mindset, they just come at you and they hit you hard, and it's tough to deal with.